This is a steps match in the Object 430 Soviet Tier 10 medium tank platoon with Polka in his FV 215-183 and assassinated in his E4. The enemy team has T-57 platoon, they're not too bad, and actually the match is fairly even. One of the more skills-wise, one of the more balanced matches I've seen in quite a long time. RE100 is of course completely fucking hopeless, as is our JBE, but other than that, it's pretty even. At least in theory. So the first thing lit is the Wheezy 131, who's diving straight down the trench at the beginning of the map because he doesn't know how to play light tanks. R111 is for some reason doing the same thing. I spot two of the 57s early and get a shot through the top of one's turret. Assassinated, then takes a giant chunk out of it. Even though there is the 53-55, which is very dangerous to me, I get set for the shot on that guy and manage to pin him through his turret front. T-57 armor is one of the things I struggle with. I should really know where to aim, but quite often I'll fuck up and aim at the wrong spot. So Centurion's positioned exactly where I put mine, but like I said, there is a 53-55, and so I want to keep moving. More specifically, with the Centurion diving in, and with these 57s showing no inclination whatsoever to push, I decide to dive into the trench. If I can deny them the ability to dive into there and find some cover, it allows our Centurion to work up one side of them while I come up from the other. So I notice this guy popped out, take a quick snapshot at him. Unfortunately it's not very well aimed and hits right on the lower front of his turret and bounces off. Polka comes down with me and begins side scraping out, slams that guy for just over 1,000 damage, and then I pop a shot in as I come over the hilltop. So I want to take this guy out first. Unfortunately, again, not a very well aimed shot. I was auto-aiming on the move, but bad bounce there as well. But that's okay, because he quite happily kills himself by ramming into my tank. Thankfully the enemy arty's not paying attention, and as soon as I get repaired, I go looking for shots on the other two T-57s, who are by now getting engaged by both my platoon mates. Once again, just bad angles on these guys. The T-57's not particularly well armoured, but if you hit it in the wrong places, like that, it will give you a headache. So I decide, fuck that, I'll just work my way around the back of him where he can't possibly bounce me. And here I know I'm not going to get the reload in, so I just give him a gentle love tap, which is enough to kill him. Effective use of bumper right there. The enemy team still have a lot of TDs in their base, including a Waffenträger, which is not something I really want to fuck with. So I cautiously edge my way into the base. I let my teammates catch up with me, and I spot the enemy arty. Unfortunately, he's pretty quick on his W key and scuttles off behind some rocks before I can actually get a second shot up. Of course, if I was driving my T62 or 140, that would have hit, but if I was driving my 62 or 140, I probably would have taken a lot more damage by now. So I'm just blasting random shots at the front of the T95, hoping maybe RNG will carry one to the tracks or put one through his lower plate. Even if I'm not sure I'll be able to pen an enemy or even hit them, while I'm moving from one position to the next, quite often I will fire at them, especially if I don't have ammunition concerns, because pubbies are remarkably bad at this game and are easily frightened. So the 183's crested up, I look for a shot on him, but unwilling to stay still in front of that, I just fire on the move. The E3's able to get a shot in, the 704 bounces off me, and so while the E3's tracked, I attempt to retrack him, just to be sure, and I find what cover I can. Now, looking at the minimap, we've actually lost our base. We do have more or less control of the enemy base by now, but I want to make extra sure they don't start cap before we do, or anything like that. So I head back up the trench towards our own cap, and I'm hoping to collapse in behind the JPE, who appears to have overextended himself. The E75 is on the other side of the rails looking for Artie, so I won't have to worry about him. Sure enough, the JPE drives out in front of me, completely oblivious, and I'm able to put a couple of shots into him on the way in. He does begin turning to engage me, but being much faster than him, I'm able to get around. I was going for a tracking shot there, but unfortunately it didn't work out. However, he wastes a shot by firing at the TD in front of him rather than the medium tank circling around and now in front of his gun. Not a very good piece of positioning by me, but thanks to this shot right here, I managed to avoid getting myself killed. The E3 is about to be dived on by my whole team, so the E75 is now my target. 3805 goes for the shotgun and just misses. I waste one shot into the dirt as my tracks spin me out. My second is very poorly aimed as I come down the hill and hits him in the tracks. You may notice my turret spinning erratically. It's just that it's lagging quite badly at this point. See the little packet loss light in the top left corner blinking red and green like it's Christmas. And now, I'm not sure who's worse here, me or him. I'm down to heat ammo, so I'm bouncing shots off him and shooting the dirt. Meanwhile, he's doing that. Little shit show of badness here. I was hoping I'd be able to finish him off, but my team capped out. Not a bad match. I particularly like the two T-57s I managed to ram kill. I always do appreciate a good ram. But it didn't end up too bad. I survived the match for once, and I was able to get just under 3.9k damage out of that match, so pretty good.